There are many challenges in learning guitar. Learning new things takes time and practice. Few things that sound amazing on guitar are really easy to do. One amazing sounding technique that is also easy to learn is the G C D trick. It's the easiest 3-chord progression in guitar, and it only requires a slight movement to perform this progression. There are literally hundreds of great songs using just these 3 chords, including Wild Thing, Twist and Shout, The Joker, Sweet Home Alabama, Free Fallin'. I want to show you how to play these simple chords and how to shift between these chords, and a few easy tips and tricks to help make your playing come alive. At the end of the video, there's going to be a practice session for you to perfect your new skills as well. So let's get started right now. And now I'm going to show you the G C D hack and why it's so useful. I'm going to use my 3rd ring finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. My 4th finger, pinky finger, is going to go on the 1st string, and that will be on the 3rd fret. It's going to sound like this. And the commonality is each one of these chords uses this shape with these 2 fingers. G, C add 9, D, you notice these 2 fingers stayed the same, which is one of the reasons it makes this hack so effective. I have now anchored my hand to this fretboard, and all I'm doing is moving my 1st and 2nd finger. G, that's a revoiced G. The C add 9, don't worry about the add 9 thing, this is not theory, we're just going to call it a C for now. It kind of gives you a vague sound. The D is actually D suspended. Let's just call it D. C and G. D. And you can switch back and forth. Let's take a look at the G first, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to do that. Number one is the standard, I would call it more of a standard way of playing G, where I've got my 5th string, 1st finger, 2nd fret. But another way hack I like even better is just to play with only my 2nd finger, and I'm going to rest my 2nd finger on the 5th string. And that to me takes away quite a bit of the bass and balances out the chord very nicely. You can also play that same hack where you're going to take your 1st finger off the 4th string. So, and now let's go from our C to our D. That's our C, and we're going to go to our D. Again, my fingers are anchoring me to that fretboard. So I've got my 1st finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret. It's actually D suspended. C and G. And you can also switch between these chords. For a couple of hacks on this G, C, and D trick. First one is some hammer-ons. Let's look at the G first. what I did is I just walked up from my G to my C. So I walked up to G to C using a hammer-on. Now to walk back down. Now I'm going to play with my C a little bit. Instead of going down directly, I went up and then jumped down. Now what I do there, I walk from my C for a C to a G. That time I just played around and missed the C entirely and just kept on doing some hammer-ons, and it fools everybody. So use those hammer-ons. Let's go from a C went to my C to my G. And I want to switch over. Also switched another trick. I went from my G voice one way to back to my old G. See the difference? It sounds pretty different. Now, so that's the biggest hacks that I've got is walk downs and hammer-ons. Those will work for you till the cows come home. Those are a wonderful way to play. And now we'll play some chord progressions a couple of different ways just to get used to playing it. We'll start with our revoiced G, C add 9, and D suspended. And back. Now go from D, regular, to C add 9, to G voice. And just do that. That's Sweet Home Alabama too, so you're learning a song. Still one of Space Age Jim's favorite licks. Very simple to do. You do have to do a few things. 4 strings of 3 through 6, and use a thumb and the first 3 fingers, and pull up, and you got to hammer. Very kind of looks simple, but it's not. To get it right, you got to have a nice tight shape, and you got to hold that shape. The second you let off, it's died. So if you go, it doesn't work like that. It's got to hold that. All right. try that. It actually should be a simple lick, but it's not that simple. And at the end, so have fun with the 2 through 6 lick slide. And I'm using an acoustic amplifier on today's lesson. You can tell it's got a lot of outs. It's got a crystal clear sound. I mean, it is so good. So good I have 2 of them. I paid full price for them too. And wonderful amp though. Wouldn't have bought the first one if I didn't think it was awesome. The only problem is it's so clean that you've got to make sure it's turned on. And the only way to tell it's turned on is to turn the volume up. It's just that good. I mean, it's great. I've also went through a Para Acoustic DI and using an RV6 Boss reverb. I also mixed in a little bit from the acoustic amp. So that's how I got my sound today. This is one of my acoustic rigs. I just switched these pedals out quite a bit. You'll see I also got a little tuner there. And these are 3 items, a reverb, some kind of Para DI, something of that nature, and a tuner. That's most of what you need. I like to have a little delay. The RV6 has delay in it, which I can use sometimes. And so that's my rig for the day.